There are 1,001 classic Christmas songs out there that most people know by heart, ranging from White Christmas to Noel. But what's usually not as well known is where most of these songs come from, with many mistakenly believing that they're sometimes centuries older or newer than they actually are. And that being said, today I'd like to go over the forgotten 1951 movie that introduced the Christmas staple Silver Bells, The Lemon Drop Kid. But I would just like to warn all of you that there will be spoilers for this movie ahead. So, in case you'd rather watch the movie for yourself first, please feel free to click off this video and come back another day. Okay, so let's get right into it. Now, just for those of you who don't know, The Lemon Drop Kid is a 1951 black and white comedy starring Bob Hope as a small-time con artist who accidentally causes a big mobster to lose $10,000 in a horse race and has to find a way to pay him back before Christmas Eve. So after trying and failing to make money as a street corner Santa, the kid realizes that he can legally raise the money if it's for charity. So he opens up a fake nursing home, gets the all-important city permit, and persuades his small-time con artist friends, as well as his on-again, off-again girlfriend, to help him out. However, things get complicated when another big gangster gets wind of just how much money he's making off of this and decides to take the money for himself and expose the kid's true intentions so everyone will turn on him. All alone and with time running out, it's up to the Lemon Drop Kid to find a way to foil the gangsters, regain his friend's respect, and save his own hide before the clock strikes midnight on Christmas. Because even Santa Claus can't help him out of such a big mess. As for the movie overall, it's most certainly not the best comedy ever made, but it is still a pretty funny movie that even manages to capture the Christmas spirit pretty well. It features great performances, particularly from Bob Hope and the forgotten Marilyn Maxwell, has an interesting plot that's just rife for comedic situations, and an overall good soundtrack with one major standout. That being, of course, Silver Bells. And just for a quick history lesson, yes, Silver Bells was indeed written for this movie, specifically for a scene where Hope and Maxwell's characters are going through the streets collecting money from Good Samaritans. And it is overall meant to reflect how great everything's going right before it all goes down the drain. However, while the movie was set to premiere in March of 1951, the song actually debuted on Christmas of 1950 for an early promotion of the film, sung by a friend and frequent collaborator of Bob Hope you might have heard of, Bing Crosby. And the song proved so popular with the public that the studio actually called Hope and Maxwell back to shoot a more elaborate version of the scene, as at first it was supposed to be a pretty low-key number to capitalize on its unexpected popularity. And some even believe that in the end, the movie itself was a pretty big success because many sat through the whole thing just to see the sequence where the song is sung. And needless to say, while the movie itself ended up falling into obscurity, the song didn't, with it quickly becoming a Christmas classic played everywhere at Christmas time and covered by some of the best and most popular singers in the business, even to this day, as well as becoming one of Bob Hope's signature Christmas songs. Which all just goes to show how even the best and most popular of songs can have the most humble of origins. But as I touched on before, that isn't to say the movie itself isn't without merit. I mean, does the song make the movie stand out more than it would otherwise? Sure, but that doesn't mean it still isn't good. As I said before, Bob Hope is at the top of his game here, and there's quite a lot of humor to be had that doesn't come at the expense of the plot, unlike what a lot of comedies at the time were infamous for. There's even a pretty funny sequence towards the end involving Hope stealing clothes from a department store display and dressing in drag in order to try and set things right, which I believe many who've actually seen the movie will agree is probably the highlight of the movie outside of the Silver Bells number. So, as I said before, while not a masterpiece, The Lemon Drop Kid most definitely does have its merits beyond just introducing the song Silver Bells, and at the same time gives the song quite the merriment it deserves. It's funny, a bit heartwarming, and just a tad tense at times. But in the end, I'm pretty sure you can guess how things ultimately turn out. It might not impart any huge life lessons, or have the most sophisticated humor ever, and most definitely can't compare with the greatest Christmas movies ever made, but overall, it's just a fun little movie with plenty of laughs, nice songs, and a reminder that even con artists can find the true meaning of Christmas and reform under the right conditions. And really, I believe that it is good enough to be worthy of the honor of being the movie that introduced such a classic song as Silver Bells to the masses, giving people just one more song to look forward to listening to and getting sick of hearing at Christmas time. Alright, that was pretty much everything I had to say on that. I know this isn't exactly my most detailed video, but I didn't exactly have a ton to cover here, but felt was worth mentioning anyway. So now I want you to tell me, are you surprised that such a famous Christmas song was written for such an obscure comedy? And if you have seen the movie, what do you think of it? Do you believe I did it justice, or do you believe I gave it too much credit? Please let me know what you think in the comments below. And like usual, you don't have to agree with my opinions in this video if you don't want to. You can absolutely hate the movie and think I was completely wrong concerning everything I said about it if you wish. And finally, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate all of it. And I hope to see you all next time.